With Kid leading the way, we descend the stairs. At the bottom of the staircase, a quite sturdy-looking door stands on the right. The hallway also continues on ahead, which will take us back towards the terrace. Let's go back to the terrace so we can trace back our steps to Lynx's room. After a little while, we come to a door on the left. The terrace lies ahead. Let's proceed onwards towards the terrace. After a short while, the terrace comes into view on the left. The cool evening air trickles in through the doorway, giving me a subtle reassurance. Let's proceed on through the hallway. After a while, the path splits into 3 directions. To the left is a descending staircase, while the path on the right extends into darkness. Another passageway lies ahead. Let's take the stairs. As I start to slowly descend the stairs in the dim light, I stretch my hands out in front of me, try to feel for something. However, all I'm greeted with is a moist feeling of these grimy stone walls. We've descended the staircase. To the left lies a huge stone archway, and to the right we can see a narrow path twisting into the darkness. Let's go to the right. The passageway makes a sharp turn to the right before stretching on through this subterranean maze. Before long, we're greeted with a beautifully ornate set of doors on the right. These are the quarters of Riddle, Lynx's adopted daughter. But let's continue on through the passageway. After a little while, the dark passageway ends at a polished, robust set of doors. Lynx's quarters. Oh man, I can feel Kid's blood boiling from here. Let's go into the room, though. Lynx's quarters. I sure hope that key is in there somewhere. Bet that mirror could tell us where it is, Kid says, removing its large silk cloth. The dark mirror looms before us like a still lake on a moonless evening. Is there something you wish to know? The Venus statue's reflection asks. Let's ask where the treasure vault key is. If you know where the key to the treasure vault is, could you please tell us? The mirror's surface begins to ripple. The whirling smoke soon takes shapes into a picture of a large room decorated with rows and rows of books. In a beautifully womanly voice, the mirror responds, The key you seek, as you see before you, rests within the room. Towards the rear of this great sanctuary of knowledge within a large purple book, you will find the item you so desire. The image slowly fades and returns to a normal reflection. The spirit has apparently moved to another mirror, Magil says. Okay, let's head for the study. As I head for the door, I suddenly get the feeling I'm being watched. I come to a stop and look around. Then suddenly a faint whisper reaches my ears. Be careful, they already know. Whose voice was that? It wasn't any of ours. The mirror, it wouldn't double-cross us, would it? Kid heads out to the door, bolting down the corridor. I frantically chase after her, easily as eager as she is. Heading back, we travel through the passageway, eager to shake this feeling of dread. After walking a ways, we come to a beautifully decorated set of doors on the left. This is Riddle's room. But we have to keep on walking to get to the study. Continuing on through the passageway, eventually we come to a branch. We see an upward staircase on the left as well as a stone archway directly ahead. Let's take the stairs up again. I follow Kid up the narrow set of stairs, hoping not to lose my balance. We've ascended the staircase. In front of us, paths extend in 3 directions. To the left lies a dark corridor, and to the right the path leads out to the terrace. This path also continues on ahead. Let's proceed ahead towards the study. We head down the path. After a while, it ends at a stained wooden door. This is the study, I think. Let's go in and find that key. Okay, time to find that key, Kid says as she steps into the center of the room, surrounded by row after row of books. Where did that crazy mirror say we could find it? Hey, Serge, pay attention when I'm talking to you. Huh? I thought you remembered which one it was. So which is it? I think it's the purple book in the back. I'm pretty sure it's that purple book over there, I think. Which one? Oh, I see it. Kid pulls out a purple book. Towards the bottom of the shelves. I watch closely as she opens it up. Flipping through the pages, suddenly an old brass key falls out of the book, hitting the ground with a clank. All right, the key! Throwing the book aside, Kid bends down and grabs the key. Her eyes light up as she stares at it in her hands. We race out the study, eager to see what awaits us in the vault. Magil follows behind a moment later after returning the book to the shelf. Suddenly, Kit comes to a stop. Something ain't right. Hearing this, I immediately unsheathed my knife. I tried to look ahead and behind, but all I can see is darkness. Wait, what was that? Up ahead! It looked like a part of the wall moved. Yeah, right there. One of the square tiles is moving right in front of my eyes. Wait a second. That's not a tile at all. It's armor! Hey, over there, Mr. Goblin! Kid shouts. Come on, kid. It looks awfully big. Having been discovered, the massive goblin squares off with us, coming out into full view. Uh-oh, he's got friends. 2 sets of footsteps behind me make me realize they amount to 4 in all. I keep my focus on the 2 in front of me while Majo turns to face the rear. How could things so large camouflage themselves so well? Readying my knife, I set sight on the goblin before me. They've certainly got us in a pinch. They've already blocked off the escape routes in the tight corridor. We'll have to fight our way out of this one. Majo begins to confront the rear pack while Kid rushes the front 2, knife in hand. I rush out with her, hurling myself into action. One of the goblins whips its morning star out, swinging his spiked iron ball down at me. Whoa! I nearly miss it, leaping out into the side in the last possible second. It comes crashing down, shattering the stone floor under it with a cloud of dust. Beside me, Kid leaps nimbly into the air, dodging a close attack. The scene here has been reduced to a barrage of weapons and chains flying through the air, thick with a dusty haze of shattered stone flooring. Looking over towards Kid, a glimmer of light flashes before me, and there in front of us, a knife has suddenly been planted deep into the goblin's left eye. Writhing in pain, the goblin hits the ground. I try not to look at it, keeping myself focused on the fight. There's no doubt. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee are the words she lives by, here in the thick of combat. Without a single problem handling herself, Kit's truly a natural. Another one of the goblins draws near soon after, already wobbly swinging his morning star above his head. Let's do what Kit would do. That's right. If Kit can do it, so can I. On the very verge of its attack, I confront the goblin with my knife readily. It hurls its morning star down at me. I leap to the side, thinking to myself it's now or never. The goblin is busy trying to bring his morning star out in the rubble, leaving me wide open for my attack. I hurl the knife at it as hard as I can. All right, I did it! A wave of adrenaline rushed through my body as I watched the goblin scream in agony, with my knife sticking out of his right eye. Wow, mate, did you do that? Kit's phrase rings through me, filling me with a rush of power. Now quit standing around, we're fighting here. Damn it, I was just... Get over here and fight, mate. She's right. I leap back into the frenzy just as the goblin painfully pulls a knife out of its eye and tosses it aside. In a desperate attempt to get my weapon back, I make a dive for the knife in the far corner, but now the goblin's all but cornered me off. Picking the ball and chain up from the floor, the ferocious goblin starts to charge at me, screaming at the top of his lungs. Hurl my knife at it while I was distracted. I chuck my knife at the goblin, sending it spinning through the air, aimed directly for its face. Ah, gross. The knife's been planted deep into the goblin's left eye. It growls in pain, desperately trying to remove the thing from its skull. Seeing an opportunity, I quickly bolt towards the towering beast, slipping by its side and snatching its mace. The goblin turns its bloody head toward me as it pulls the dagger out of his eye, tossing the puny weapon aside. Aiming for its face again, I swing the heavy weapon outward. A horrible sound echoes throughout the corridor as the goblin's face is turned into a putrid mess. With its skull utterly shattered, the hulking beast falls to the floor, dead. That seems to be the last of them. Looking around, I straighten my shirt and let out a deep breath. I really think I'm starting to get the hang of this whole fighting thing. I'm barely hurt at all. Not bad, Serge. Not bad at all, Kid says, catching my eye. A few moments pass, and she's still staring at me, smiling. Oh man, what do I do? Should I say something? I look away for a nervous moment, but full of glee. I can never handle this kind of thing. Those baby blues of hers all get me every time. We leave the study, retracing our steps through the dark passageway. Finally, the passage comes to a 3-way branch. There's a descending staircase in front of us, in addition to the passageway on the left and right. The one on the left will take us back towards the terrace. Let's head towards the terrace. After continuing on through the passage for a while, the terrace comes into view on the right. I take a deep breath of the fresh evening air, hoping to calm my senses. But let's continue on to the passageway. We make our way down the dimly lit passageway. After a few moments, we come to an old dusty door on the right. This is the clock tower storeroom, if I remember correctly. But let's keep on going through the hallway. Proceeding ahead on the path, we come to a staircase going up, and a firm-looking set of doors on the left. There better be treasure in here. The smell of gold's thick in the air, mate. Let's go inside, now we have the key. It better open now, says Kit, putting the key we found into the lock. As the lock clicks, we're suddenly showered in all colors of light. Must have been an enchanted lock. Whatever's on the other side of this door gotta be good. The heavy doors open slowly.